Smoke rings are a form of vortex, and a vortex is a region in a fluid in which the flow is rotating around an axis line, which may be straight or curved. There are a lot of explanations out there on how to make a vortex cannon, but not so many good explanations detailing how vortices, that's the plural vortex, work. Much like the sphere naturally occurs in nature because of its uniformity and perfectly minimal surface area to volume ratio, think planets, stars, bubbles, etc., the vortex is a naturally occurring phenomenon in fluid dynamics because it is remarkably good at conserving the angular momentum of a moving fluid. Turns out nature really likes round things. Vortices are everywhere, but you don't always see them because they're often made of the same fluid they're moving through. Tornadoes, however, are a good example of a very visible natural vortex. It might be fun to make a giant vortex cannon for the sheer power of it, but making a small one will help us understand the science better. All it takes is a vessel with some kind of volume inside, like this plastic powdered drink can. I've removed the lid from one end and covered it in a couple layers of plastic wrap, secured over the neck by a rubber band. At the other end, I cut a small hole. None of these parameters are crucial, just make the hole relatively small compared to the size of the vessel. And that's it. A surprisingly light tap on the plastic wrap membrane will send a vortex puff out of the hole, and it will travel some distance before dissipating. How far depends on how hard you tap the membrane, how perfect the vortex is as it evolves, and how many air currents disturb it as it travels. And a good way to visualize these vortices is by adding some smoke to the mix. Now, one last bit of science. In our smoke rings, the drag is greater on the outside of the vortex. Consequently, the outside of the ring flows back and toward the middle, where the momentum energy of the now denser fluid is greater, allowing it to flow forward again. The phenomenon shares some physics with the spinning figure skater who pulls in her arms to speed up her rotation. Check it out for yourself. It's easy, and I entertain myself for an hour making the little guys. So get out there and do some citizen science.